Everyone, and welcome to a special edition of high school football here on Harron Cable TV. I'm Hugh Gannon, along with analyst Drew Gordon, back for this weekend's game, and it pits two Interact schools. Malvern Prep right here in Malvern, Pennsylvania, and Penn Charter in the city of Philadelphia, and it should be an outstanding football game, Drew.
Sure should. We have some excellent talent today, and we have a great day for football, but some good quarterbacks to watch this afternoon. McCluskey for Penn Charter, they say might be the best quarterback in the area.
And Taylor makes the Delaware wing tee work for Malvern Prep Friars, and also they have a fine running back in Mike Leno.
Okay, we'll see a 5-2 defense from Penn Charter along with the 6-1. They'll mix it up a lot. They like to throw the football, though, and they like to sprint out with McCluskey, and I'm really looking for a good game.
Okay, we'll tell you, too, that as far as Malvern's record is concerned, they're 3-3 on the year, but they have not been beaten in Interact play for over 7 years, something like 32 consecutive wins, and certainly Penn Charter would like to break that streak today.
That's right, and I just talked to Coach Pellegrini, and he said that he thinks Penn Charter may have the best football team in the league this year, so he's looking for a tight game. Okay,
we'll be back with the head coach of the Penn Charter Quakers after a pause for these words.
Oh, good! An independent agent. It says here I can save up to 20% on car insurance from Commercial Union. Right.
That's right.
And up to 16% on homeowners. And life. It says here, see, you can save me up to 40% if I don't smoke. I don't smoke. See? Well, is it true? How do I save?
We're here with Bill Gallagher, head coach of the Quakers of, I guess, essentially known as the Little Quakers, since Penn is the Big Quakers coach. And this is your first year at Penn Charter, and you're 0-1, unfortunately, a tough loss last week to Episcopal.
Yes, we had the unfortunate, we were out there playing in the rain last week, and that, I think, had a lot to do with it. I definitely think if we were to play them 5 more times, I think they might win 1 out of them, but we'd win the other 4. So, but give them credit, they won last week, and that's what counts.
Okay, you have a tough game today. Obviously a big game for you. You're 0-1. They're 2-0 in the league. They haven't lost in 7 years. Do you need much more motivation?
Well, I don't think the players need much more motivation. It doesn't mean that much to me. This is Gamp and I. This is the first time we're meeting as far as being on the opposite sides of the sidelines. The kids have talking about that Malvern hasn't lost in 7 years, but it goes back double that since a Penn Charter team has beaten a Malvern football team, which has been 1968. So it's on the kids' minds, it's on the community's minds, the school's mind about getting them. But I'm just more concerned. This is just one game for us.
Coach, how about the keys to the game? Their quarterback, I guess in Coach Pellegrini's opinion, is the whole key to their offense. Do you key on him to shut him down?
Well, I don't know what game Gamp has been watching or what he thinks of his kids. He sees them in practice more, but as far as their games go, their fullback Lano is the key to their offense as far as I'm concerned. And he's the fullback, and he's a real strong runner. And I think their offense, the key for us is to keep the ball or to get the ball away from their offense. If they're able to dominate time and number of plays and control the ball with their offense, move it up and down our defense and keep the ball away from our offense, then that's the key for Malvern. I think the key for us is to put a couple on the board and make them get out of that ball control offense and make them try to throw the ball and open up their offense a little bit.
You've got the good quarterback, McCluskey. You say he can do a lot of things. He can roll out, he can run, he can throw the ball. He's got some good receivers, some good people to play with.
Yes, Brian right now is a leading quarterback in the city. Statistically, he's completing 57% of his passes. To me, he is just an exceptional young man and a tremendous quarterback with all the skills he has. And I think the only thing that's keeping him from being a true blue chip prospect is his size. He's only a shade under 5'10", 175 pounds. We run a complete audible system where a lot of times we don't even call play. He jumps on the line of scrimmage and calls a play. He has the ability to go up and check off anytime, and so he has a lot more to think about than just the mechanics of running quarterback also. He's a very intelligent kid, and he has a nice receiver to throw the ball to, Bobby Rosania. Bobby's been doing real well for us. He's been our key receiver, the guy that we go to in the clutch. And his pass routes that he runs and the way that he catches the ball, anything near him, has just been exceptional for us throughout the year.
Good luck, Coach, and thanks much for stopping by.
All right, thank you.
Bill Gallagher, head coach at Penn Charter. We'll be back with the head coach of the Friars of Malvern after we pause for these words. Well, we lost the sun here, Coach, but that doesn't mean that will change anything for Malvern Prep this afternoon. I'm thinking the fact that you've not lost to these kids since back in 1968. They've got a lot going for them over at Penn Charter.
Well, it's a nice day, Yuli, and I think that we come to play every year just like we hadn't won it for a while. So I'm looking forward to a good game. I think they're an outstanding football team and maybe the best in our league. So it's a challenge for us, and I think we're ready to play.
How about being here on your home field? What plus does that give you?
I always like to be at home. It just makes you more comfortable, I guess. Bunch of games starts, so it really doesn't matter too much, but I'm happy to be at home.
You got some tough players today to defense. McCluskey, the quarterback, Rosania, the receiver. They like to throw the ball. They'll run the veer at you. Anything special you might do today?
Well, we're going to do a few things special, Drew. I don't think we could sit and just play, you know. Just can't sit there, he'll audible and things like that. McCluskey's outstanding, 3-year starter. He knows what he's doing. 2 fine backs, Melandra and Smith, and of course the 15 is outstanding. So we have a few surprises for them defensively, I think, and hopefully we confuse them a little bit and keep us in a ball game.
Okay. You're 2-0, they're 0-1. Obviously the league championship, a big part of your season. Big game then.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is for both because they're still in it, depending on what happens today. And obviously, you know, I wouldn't tell the kids this, but we're still in it even if we lose today because we can play Episcopal next week and end up with a tie, see. But we don't want to think that way.
Coach, it's unfortunate that you got hit with a rules violation. Your kids have won the Interact Championship 7 years in a row. You can't win it this year by virtue of a kind of a strange rule. Would you like to amplify a little bit for us?
Well, the way we feel about that, Yuli, is that you have to play for yourself. In other words, you look in the mirror and you know whether or not you did well. So I think the inner feeling that each one of our players has, I always ask them just to do the best they can. If they can come off the field and say to me, I played as best I can, coach, and I don't care what the score is, you see. So I feel the same way about the championship. If we win, if we go 4-0, I don't care who wants to give us a championship or who doesn't want to. The kids inside will know that they're champions, and we'll know that we're champions.
Good.
Okay?
Right. Thank you very much, Coach Camp Pellegrini. And we'll be back with more on today's game between Malvern and Penn Charter after we stop down for these words. You know, football season means cold weather is just ahead, and Berwyn Hardware on Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn is energy-saving headquarters. The courteous folks at Berwyn Hardware are the people to see to help you save money on fuel cost by installing custom-made quality storm doors and triple-track windows. Berwyn Hardware employees will personally install these storm doors and windows and also will show you how to take advantage of the federal grant energy tax credit. Stop by the energy-saving experts at Berwyn Hardware, 618 Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn. Okay, Drew Gordon, it looks like we're going to have a super game as the sun is hidden behind a few clouds now. The wind kicked up a bit, but despite the fact that we're just a couple of days away from November, it ought to be a super afternoon. And how about if we hit the starting offensive lineup for the visiting Little Quakers of Penn Charter?
Okay, they have a lot of good skill people at their positions, and we'll start with the split end. Bobby Rosano, number 15, he's 6'1", 185. Left tackle, Bobby Reck, number 57, 6'2", 205. Left guard, Adam Wall, he'll go both ways, number 61, 5'10", 175 pounds. At center, David Fass, number 51, 6'1", 180. Right guard, Mike Pascali, number 55, 6 foot, he's 185 pounds. The right tackle, Wayne McFarland, he's number 74, 6'4", 215, the biggest football player the Penn Charter has. And the tight end will be Jim Happy, he's 6'1", 190, he'll wear number 31. Flanker back will be Jay Moen, number 11, 5'9", 170. The quarterback, maybe the best quarterback in the Delaware Valley, according to their coach, Billy Gallagher, is Brian McCluskey, number 10. He's 5'9", 170. Number 22 at left halfback, Johnny Smith. He's the third leading ball carrier in the city of Philadelphia, averaging over 100 yards per game. And Ed Melandro, he's the right halfback. He's number 32. He's 5'11", 197, coming back from 2 dislocated shoulder operations in this season alone.
That's not too shabby, having 2 in one season. Offensively, for the home Friars of Malvern Prep, number 81 at left end is Jeff Guyan. Rod Crasley, number 76 at left tackle. Tim O'Connor, as a junior, will start at the left guard position wearing number 75. Matt McDivitt, a junior, also will start at center. John Vitale will start at guard. He's number 52, will also play linebacker. Brian Wilcox at right tackle, 73, a junior, and Matt Brown at right end, number 86. The quarterback and the key as far as the Delaware Wing T offense is concerned is senior quarterback Matt Taylor, 6 foot, 175 pounds, wearing number 12. And Mike Leno, their outstanding fullback, 5'8", 180. The 2 halfbacks will be Andy Baker, number 42, also a junior, and Ron Kinn, also a junior. And before we take a look at defenses for both squads, Let's tell you about the new line of 1982 Toyotas. They're now on sale and on display at Speedcraft of Devon, the main line's largest Toyota dealer. And there's quite a lineup for you. See the totally new high-performance Celica Supras, or the sporty new Corollas, Tercels, or the smallest wonder of the world, the new Toyota Starlet. They're here now and ready to drive out at low, affordable prices. With a long list of no extra cost standard features, see them all right now on the all-new Toyota 482 at Speedcraft of Devon, the main line's largest Toyota dealer. Defensively, Drew, for the visiting Penn Charter Little Quakers.
Okay, Penn Charter, they'll play mostly a 50 defense, but they'll go to the 6-1 occasionally too to try to camouflage their defense and make Penn Charter or make Malvern do some offensive blocking assignments. At left end, number 51, David Fass. At left tackle, number 57, Bob Reck. Middle guard, number 64, John Fabi. Number 77 at right tackle, Joe Giango. Number 61 at right end, Adam Wall. Their cornerbacks will be Lou Carboni, number 40. He'll be at the left corner. At the right corner, number 45, Pete Ortali. The linebackers, Doug Hawkins, number 53 at left inside linebacker, and number 31 at the right inside linebacker position, Jim Happy. Free safety, number 12, Frank Kapostik, and the strong safety, number 20, Greg Cianfrini.
Defensively, for the Friars of Malvern Pret, Jim Pitt, number 84. They play a 5-2 defense. Crazley, number 76 at tackle. The nose guard will be Mike Siselski, number 77. Steve Ryan, only a sophomore, at right tackle, number 72. Matt Brown at right end, number 86. The two linebackers will be John Quinn and John Vitale. At the corner will be a young man by the name of Moose Rich Carfagno, a senior. And Coach Pellegrini tells me at 5'2", he has a nickname of Moose, and a fine, fine football player. Chuck McAnally will play at the right corner. The two safety persons will be Terry Pitt, he's a junior, number 48, and Mike Devine, number 10. And that's the defensive alignment for the Friars of Malvern. Since the movie channel was introduced on Harron Cable TV's mainline system, we've received numerous calls from satisfied movie buffs who thoroughly enjoy the movie channel's concept of providing uninterrupted movie entertainment 24 hours a day. Most of the new movie channel subscribers are also enjoying substantial multi-pay discounts off their monthly cable TV service charge because they enjoy the convenience of watching more than one pay TV service. Why not phone Harron Cable TV tomorrow at 296-5100 and ask one of our service representatives about our multi-pay discounts.
Okay, we have the captains out in the field right now for the toss of the coin, and it's certainly gotten very brisk here out at Malvern, Pennsylvania as we start this game. The sun has gone in, and boy, I think the temperature's dropped like 10 or 15 degrees since it has, but big game today. Malvern is 2-0, Penn Charter 0-1 in the league. They're both fighting for the Interact Championship game and our championship, title that they'd like to hold. Both of them would. Billy Gallagher, his first year at coach, has a lot of skilled people out there. He's got a great quarterback in McCluskey, and Rosanio is receiver. And of course, as you had mentioned before, the key to the wing T that Malvern runs so successfully is Matt Taylor, the quarterback.
Jim's Berwyn Chevron and Paoli Chevron have just earned Chevron's prestigious Hallmark Stations Award. Now, what does this mean to you? It means you can expect friendliness, courteous, and clean stations. You can expect prompt, efficient service, the full service pump too. You can expect service work will be done by mechanics certified by the Mechanics Institute of Automotive Service Excellence. You can expect your car to be energy efficient too, so you can really stretch out the miles. That's what regular customers have already found at Jim's Berwyn Chevron and Paoli Chevron. Well, Drew, just a couple of seconds away from the kickoff here that could very well decide the Interact title coming in this afternoon. The Little Quakers 0-1 losers last week 10-6 to Episcopal in the mud, and Malvern already 2-0 on the season and ruled ineligible because of captain's practice in which Coach Pellegrini, along with the athletic director here at Malvern Prep, merely took roll, but unfortunately both were ruled in violation of the rules of the Interact League, and for the first time in 8 years are not eligible to win the title. They've won it 7 straight, and as we had indicated at the top of the show, something like 7 consecutive titles. Their record 30-0 in Interact League play, and according to Coach Gallagher, the Little Quakers have not beaten Malvern Prep since back in 1968.
I'll tell you, if that's not enough motivation to get up for a game. Big Deal Hill, Penn Charter will be receiving, getting the ball first, and One of the things Coach Gallagher said, too, is the key to their success today is being able to keep the ball away from Malvern, not letting that wing tee get started.
And we're underway, a line drive kick, and it's taken on about the 25-yard line. Penn Charter in yellow and white with the old University of Pennsylvania stripes along the sleeve, and they bring the ball back to about the 37, 38-yard line. Number 22 is John Smith.
Good field position for Penn Charter as they start the game here, almost out to the 40-yard line, about the 37, maybe call it the 38, and good return, a low kick, fielded properly by Smith, and got upfield very quickly, straight up the field, didn't go to the sidelines at all, and as a result, Penn Charter has good field position to start their first drive of the afternoon.
Okay, starting offensively in the backfield, Brian McCluskey, and as Coach Gallagher indicated, at 5'9", 170 pounds, maybe the only drawback as far as being a Division I quarterback. Fakes to the first back, rolls out, puts it right on the money, and it's completed. Looks like enough for a first down, going out to number 40, and big pickup on the play. Looking for a number there, which we unfortunately could not pick up, and the ball is brought out to about the 47-yard line, Drew, and we don't have numbers on the other side of the book.
That's right, quick sprint out that time by McCluskey, and Coach Gallagher had indicated he has fine form for a young quarterback, for a senior in high school, and he did that time. He threw the ball right on the money and knew exactly what he wanted to do with it. And
that was Lou Carboni, number 40. He plays defense as well. Picked him up on the offense this time in the wing-back position. Okay, they're strong left. In fact, flanker and split end coming out to the left side. Quarterback gives to the big back. Malandra gets for about 5 or 6. Steep, keeps right on plugging away, Drew, and almost picked up the first down, but we do have a penalty on the line of scrimmage. Let's see what the call is. I think it's going against Penn Charter. There'll be a little hold here, or illegal use of the hands, and the ball will be stepped back. So instead of being placed on the Malvern 42-yard line, you're going to move back from the 50 and step it off.
We go back, as we have talked before, this is only really marking off the 5 yards. And again, some type of a push or illegal use of the hands, as you mentioned, by Penn Charter. Fortunately for them, they only have a 1st and 15 situation. Normally, that'll involve a 15-yard penalty.
Carboni comes flanked to the left and now is in the split position. Quarterback McCluskey calling 1st and 15 from his own 40-yard line. Underway here in first quarter action, Interact Football, and it's an inside handoff. Malandra tries to take it wide. Looks like he has at least 10 yards and knocked down on about the 42 or 43-yard line. Just a couple of yards short. That was number 22, John Smith, who took the opening kickoff.
Okay, again, the basic veer option, you know, as you come down the line of scrimmage, the quarterback just reads the defensive end in that situation. If the end boxes, and that is tries to contain anything getting outside, they'll hand the ball to the straight back coming on a dive play, and they have a double team block on the tackle. And he gets to the outside like that, and he picked up 14 yards that time. That's good first down play.
Sure is. It's 2nd and 1 on slightly a hair over the 40-yard line. Quarterback McCluskey rolling out. Good pressure coming. He's going to be sacked and lost all that yardage. Number 84 was Jim Pitt from his left defensive end position.
One of the things about the sprint out is that normally the backside end, in this case, Jimmy Pitt, number 84, Jimmy Pitt, nobody usually blocks him on a sprint out because you're running away from him. You think that he's going to stay home and contain. And Jimmy Pitt did a heck of a job that time, showed good speed by catching up to McCluskey and tackling him, because McCluskey, you know, he never really slowed up. He went out there, he was looking for his receiver. He's probably only going about half or 3/4 speed, and the defensive end offside took him down that time. One play to maybe look for to make him stay home is a reverse.
And again, it's strong formation to the left-hand side. Quarterback McCluskey, a lot of folks coming from Malvern. Good time to call the screen off the Smith, and gets to about the 44-yard line, a little short of the first down. And it would indicate an obvious punting situation, and Malvern should get the football.
Okay, again, the screen, you know, on the 3rd and long situation is sometimes a very good call. They ran it to the short side, though, which kind of surprises me. Smith looks like the type of guy that likes to get to the sideline, needs some open field to run after watching him run a few times this afternoon, and running that thing to the short sideline doesn't give him a lot of room to maneuver.
Oh, it's a fake. Tries to put it on the money up in the air, and it's completed. We may have an illegal receiver downfield going to Smith, and I think that's what the call will be, Drew Gordon. and this thing ought to come back and be walked off a couple more yards.
I think we've talked about it many times in high school football. On a fake punt or on a screen pass, many times you'll find the inexperienced offensive linemen go downfield before they should, and I think that's exactly what we're going to have right now. It was a good play, good time to call it. They're deep in the territory. They're not going to give up a whole lot of yardage. Good time to gamble. They completed the pass, but unfortunately, a couple of the offensive linemen a little bit too aggressive, and they're downfield.
So instead of retaining the ball with a first down and down to about the 37-38 yard line of Malvern territory, the ball has stepped all the way back to their own 39. If they get off a bad punt here, it could call for a lot of problems.
That's right. You do not get the down over on an ineligible receiver downfield. You give up the down as well as the penalty.
Kicker with not too much pressure, but a poor kick. Bounces on about the 43, 42. And, well, they get a little bit of a break and rolls dead on about the 34-yard line. And Malvern Prep will put the ball in play. We'll set them offensively for you with Matt Taylor, number 12 at quarterback, Andy Baker, and Mike Leno, number 40, should be the setbacks. Leno at 5'8", 180-pound senior. Scored 4 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks for Malvern.
And according to Coach Gallagher of Penn Charter, that is the key to the wing tee that Malvern runs so successfully. And they feel that they really have to stop him to be able to bottle up that offense.
All right, number 30 as Ron Kinn goes in motion from right to left. It's given to Leno. Whew. Big smash up the middle, but not much movement at defensive line, Drew.
That's right. They did a good job. You know, when you're running against a wing tee, there's many philosophies coaching against it, and one is that you don't key the offensive guards because they're pulling so much, and they'll do a lot of influence type of blocks, and that is try to get the linebackers out of there and run behind them as they leave the holes. Coach Gallagher said, no, they're going to key the offensive guards. They're going to let them take them to the play. And right now, you know, that'll be interesting to see how that develops for the game, because as Malvern reads that, they might try to do something to counter it.
Ken and Leno with Baker going motion this time to the right side of the football field. The old jump pass right on the money to number 84, and that's Jim Penn, who came in the game with the play, and he picked up about 5 or 6 yards. This will bring up a 3rd and 2 with the ball now on about the 46-yard line.
Against a wing tee offense, the linebackers of your 5-2 or 6-1, whatever defense you want to run, the cornerbacks, linebackers have dual responsibility. They have to check the run, and they also have pass responsibility. That time, you know, when you run that, the linebackers, if they're cheating up against them, you know, that little slant and pass is a good play. Frank Kopustek, number 12, the free safety from Penn Charter, made a good play to tackle the ball carrier before he got too far downfield.
Need 2 for the first down, and it's given to number 42. Baker tries to come wide, cuts inside, and is a little short, but we'll have to wait for the measurement, Drew. Maybe with that lunge was enough to pick up the first down. And we'll tell you, too, that Roger Penske Cadillac Oldsmobile and GMC Trucks, located on Route 113 and Pothouse Road, has the inventory to pick from. 100 models of Cadillacs, Oldsmobiles, and GMC Trucks on hand. The friendly staff of Penske are willing and anxious to tell you about their 12.9 financing, and that's including up to November 12th on all 81, 82 Cadillac Cimarrons and 82 Omegas. Stop in today at Roger Penske Cadillac Oldsmobile and GMC Trucks on Route 113 in Phoenixville. They're open Monday through Thursdays, 9 to 9, Friday to 6, and on Saturday to 3. That's Roger Penske, Cadillac Oldsmobile, and GMC Trucks.
Okay, Matt Taylor indicating to Coach Pellegrini that he's only a few inches away from a first down, but he is deep in his own territory. He's not quite at the 45-yard line, and apparently they're going to choose to punt the football away rather than gamble early in the game and try to get the first down.
Mike Leno is now standing back on about his own 27, 28-yard line. Perhaps Malvern might think they'll do the same thing that PC did last time out. Ball is being snapped from the 44-yard line. Leno takes plenty of time. End over end, not a bad kick, going to Smith on about his 31. A lot of blue shirts there, tries to cut it back and loses 5-6 yards, but can pick up the picket fence. He's got a chance to go wire to wire, but a fine open field tackle knocks him out of bounds. Well, that line formed on the long side of the field as he came short side and lost about 10, but overall, I guess he picked up about 7-8 yards.
I was just going to say he ran about 50 to pick up 7, but when you gamble like that and try to go across the field, you have to hope to cut back, because obviously the pursuit is going to follow you, and the only way to beat that really is to cut back against it, and he just couldn't find the alley to cut back, and he just stayed on the angle to the sideline, and Malvern did a nice job of chasing him out of bounds.
Rosiani, number 15, comes out to this side of the field, inside handoff. Looked like Ed Melandro picking up maybe about 2 or 3. He's number 32. He's a big kid, 5'11", 197-pounder.
Okay, Penn Charter's running a twin to the left that time to the wide side of the field, and Malvern is only sending one defensive back out to cover it now. if Coach Gallagher picks that up, obviously two receivers on one defensive back, drop the ball out there, let one guy block for the other, and I guarantee you'll pick up 10 yards at clip.
Second and about 7, the call for quarterback Brian McCluskey. Looking over the defense of the Friars. They cheat up a little bit, look like they overshifted as well. McCluskey with the ball, tosses it back, coming to number 32. Melandra tries to chuck it upfield, nowhere to go, and maybe picked up about 2 more yards. It'll bring up, let's call it 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, Drew.
But 3rd and 6 or 5, he got a little bit more yards, I think, than we appreciated, you know, by getting to the sideline like he did. But again, Malvern had good pursuit, and they couldn't turn it upfield, and as a result, they chased him out of bounds. But they have that often called, that 3rd and 5. You know, what do you do? How many times have you seen that call made? And again, yeah, I would expect McCluskey now, with his talented as he is when he gets to the outside, you know, probably some type of sprint out, roll out, or counter bootleg to give him the football and give him the option to run or throw. Rosiani is split wide to the right. Quarterback McCluskey, a lot of pressure coming. Nice block by Smith there. Puts it up, and it is completed. That's what they're calling the ball, complete. And that's good for the first down. So it's into Malvern Prep territory on about the 47-yard line. Calling 1st and 10 is quarterback McCluskey. Inside handoff to Smith, going nowhere. Mike Siselski, number 77, in on the hit. Smith just a little bit slow getting up. We don't have a depth chart or a numerical sequence on all of Penn Charter's players, but number 16 is in a quarterback, and he had a great job on 3rd and 5 that time to get the first down. But evidently McCluskey, probably injured on the sidelines, is not in the game right now.
And to number 11, Jay Mullen, coming in with the plays from Coach Gallagher, and Rosiani is wide to the right. This time Mullen wide to the left. Calling on a 3rd and 15, or 2nd and 15, make that. Inside handoff to Smith, and he is met there by Mike Devine. The safety coming up. They hit the runner right at the line of scrimmage. They may have picked up 1.
One way to stop the veer option is to rotate those backs, the safeties, people up onto the corner, because obviously no offensive lineman is going to see them to be able to block them. And Devine that time, Mike, did a super job of coming up in the corner, and he handled his responsibility very well, made a good high tackle, didn't let the back get any place past the line of scrimmage, and forced him into a 3rd and long.
That's for sure. They have to go to about the 38-yard line of Malvern to pick up the first down. Under pressure again, partially deflected and almost intercepted. Number 48, Terry Pitt, the junior safety, couldn't come away with the football, but nonetheless it will force Penn Charter the punt, Drew.
Okay, good defensive play that time by Terry Pitt as he read the curl pattern. The receiver, again, you know, when you're on that curl pattern, come back to the football. You know, go back towards the quarterback, because as sure as heck the defensive back's going to try to go get the football, and you got to come back and meet the ball, and he did, and the defensive back was able to cut in front, and fortunately for Penn Charter, they weren't intercepted, and now Malvern's forced them into a punting situation.
4:34 remaining here in the first quarter. This game is scoreless. Plenty of time. Malvern gets away from the football, and the ball is rolling 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way down to the 4-yard line. 1st and 96. I don't want to bring that up again. Right?
1st and 95. Right. You're pessimistic.
Right.
No, that's when you have that punt formation. When you're only running the 2 free safeties back, you should normally have somebody in the middle of the field to catch a short punt, because that's exactly what happens. If nobody's there to field it, it'll roll, and you'll get an extra 20 yards out of it. And Malvern now finds himself deep in a hole.
The ball is almost, well, not quite on the 5, off 4.5-yard line. 1st and 10 to go. Two setbacks again are Mike Leno, number 40, and 42 is Andy Baker, 30. Ron Kinn going in motion. Handoff is to Kinn, and he lunges forward. Looks like he picked up about 6 yards on the play. Drew bringing up a 2nd and 3. Not bad at all, considering how deep they started.
coming off of that wing tee and running the back in motion and giving it to the third tailback. You get two people blocking for him, the two other backs as well as your offensive lineman, obviously. And that's a good first down play deep in your own territory. The power type play off tackle and just churn it out.
Under 4 minutes in the scoreless first period as quarterback Taylor looks over the defensive lineman of the white jersey Little Quakers. Oh, what a move. Well, I tell you what, I was completely lost on that play. I had no idea. Probably it was Mike Devine, number 10, that carried the football. And we have an injury on the field, or was it Mike Leno?
Mike Leno carried the ball. Quick opener, you know, which is a great play out of the wing tee. That you get the linebackers confused who's going to carry the ball because you show the same play every time. You just don't make up who's going to get the ball. And Leno that time, the first guy through, he took it up and got into the secondary and picked up a good first down.
Wheeler Williams has been serving the main line in Chester County since 1952. Wheeler Williams has, in addition to its excellent residential and commercial sales division, a new homes division, and a corporate relations center with nationwide connections. Wheeler Williams prides itself in featuring homes of distinction. Stonegate, a new community of traditional Pennsylvania homes, is located on the corner of Church and Waterloo Roads in Devon, and just adjacent to the Radnor Hunt Club in Castlebar, featuring outstanding custom homes. Whether it be business, residential sales, luxurious townhouses, or condominiums, Wheeler Williams is the tradition on the main line. Do we pick up the number of the injured player?
Not yet. There's too many trainers and doctors and so forth out there, but it looks like they're working on his right leg. And again, you make those, you know, tackles deep in the secondary with a good hard back like Leno running, and, you know, you're vulnerable to that type of an injury. And I noticed Coach Gladhorn and his staff and the other defensive coaches out there trying to ascertain, you know, how serious the injury is and whether they're going to have to make a replacement right now and maybe permanently for the rest of the game.
Well, so far, we've seen the field tilted. Malvern being on defense, playing from essentially the 40 down to the 40, and Malvern really has not had a chance to do anything offensively today, but Leno's quick burst there gave them the first down. So Lou Carboni, number 40, coming out of the football game, and very gingerly hopping there. I hope it's only a cramp, but it looks a little more severe than that, Drew.
It looks like they were working on his right knee, and of course you hate to see that type of thing. And right now Lou, is anybody would be, is afraid to put the weight on it. Maybe the weight won't even hold it, and now they're going to help him off the field by carrying him, and really a shame, and hopefully he'll be okay.
So with 3:39 to go in the first period after the injury timeout, Malvern will put the ball in play. Breaking over the ball is junior center Mike McDivitt, number 62. Taylor, the quarterback, with setback number 30 is Ken or Baker, 42, going in motion. Give to Leno, bruising and bullying forward. Looked like he picked up almost 5 yards, Drew.
That's right, that looked like the typical dive up the middle, and again, it's want to do early in a football game when you're running wing tee is show the same play over and over again and just give the football to a different back and try to confuse the people. And right now, Malvern, you know, deep in their own territory, has been giving the ball to the first back through and doing a good job of getting yardage.
And not put the ball up yet one time this afternoon. Quarterback Taylor sending Ken in motion. Now he's going to put it up. Holt's got a receiver downfield, almost intercepted. Looking for number 84, Jim Pitt. You know, if you're looking for energy-saving items, Berwyn Hardware on Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn is the place to stop. Ed Dalton and his friendly, courteous experts will show you how to save your precious fuel dollars by installing custom-made quality storm doors and triple-track windows. Berwyn Hardware has been featuring personalized service for over 26 years, and they'll show you how to reduce energy-saving costs with a complete line of do-it-yourself weatherproofing products. That's Berwyn Hardware, 618 Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn, energy-saving experts. 3rd and 5 for Malvern Prep. Big play as far as this drive is concerned. Oh, it's a reverse and reading extremely well and going nowhere. Looked like number 61, Adam Wall.
Mr. Wall did a super job, and maybe his responsibility that time was if the wingback goes in motion, chase him, because he might end up with a football, and he did a super job of chasing the wingback back, caught him from behind the line of scrimmage, and now forces Malvern to have to punt the ball back to Penn Charter, who will probably again end up with good field position.
Leno standing on about his own 5 or 6 yard line. Would be a good time to put the pressure on. Bounces up there a couple of times. Knee is not down, gets the ball off. Whoa! And Penn Charter gets away from the football. Fortunately, it takes a Malvern roll, but it will roll dead on the 41-yard line, and Penn Charter will put the ball in play.
And I'll tell you what, Mr. Leno only gained about maybe 8 yards on the punt, maybe 12. But he did a super job. That's a great job by the fullback and the punter that time, because he didn't lose his head. He got the ball off. He had a bad snap from center. He couldn't field it properly, and instead of being caught 15, 20 yards deep in his own backfield, he was able to get the punt off and at least get 10 or 12 yards down the field.
Another thing he could not do is have his knee on the ground and touch the football. Very alertly had his knee down, but got it up. Penn Charter putting in 1st and 10. Melandro going through a hole, has 7 yards and down to about the 34, 33-yard line. He's a big back. How much does he weigh, Drew? 197.
He's a guy with those dislocated shoulders, and you only have 2 of them, so when you have 2 dislocated, you're out of shoulders. But evidently a very tough individual, good athlete, has come back, wanted to play very badly against Malvern this afternoon, and he was about a week ahead of what the doctors told him would be his recovery time, and doing a good job this afternoon. 2nd and 4. Quarterback pumps it, pulls it back downfield. 2 blue shirts tapped away magnificently by number 48, Terry Pitt. That looked like a pro play all the way, Drew. He sure did. He had the ball in his sight. He knew he was behind it. He couldn't run under the football to make the interception, so he timed his jump properly at the end and just tapped the ball away. And good coverage over by Malvern that time. Good offensive play by Penn Charter. They had the 2nd and short situation. Maybe a time to go for the big 6 points, and both teams did a good job, and Malvern came up on the upper side there, but deflecting the ball away. Jay Mullen and Rosiani split here wide to the left. Inside handoff. Melandris going in for the score. And Penn Charter draws first blood this afternoon. The burst of about 30 yards, and it's touchdown Penn Charter. They lead 6-0. Okay, just a quick opener off of the veer. Again, it's the quarterback read on the defensive end. Melandris does a super job of cutting back inside, and nobody touches him. He gets into the secondary, veers back to the right, and he just ran away from the defensive back, showed good speed that time, and Malvern goes on top here in the first quarter. And with 1:17 remaining here in the first quarter, it is Penn Charter on top by a score of 6-0, and they will attempt to make it 7. Snap, pin, looks good, and is good. And with 1:17 remaining in the first quarter, it's Penn Charter 7 and the Friars of Malvern 0. Stop into Speedcraft to see the totally new 1982 Toyota Celica Supras. These Supras are totally new from the ground up with beautifully flared fenders, wide aggressive tires, retractable headlights, and aluminum alloy wheels. Drive in and feel the power of the Supra's electronic fuel-injected engine with 5-speed transmission and independent rear suspension. And it makes the Celica Supras king of the road for 1982. See them and drive them at Speedcraft of Devon, the mainline's largest Toyota dealer. Okay, so first blood drawn by Penn Charter this afternoon as they had the great field position in the first quarter. They finally capitalized after the short pump by Malvern on a 3rd and 5 situation. Melandro going 34 yards for the score on a straight dive play off of the veer option, and nobody touched him as he went into the end zone all by himself and puts Penn Charter up on top 7-0 early in the game, 1:17 of the first period. And certainly now that the sun has resurfaced and the wind abated, we'll have a beautiful Friday afternoon. Special edition of high school football coming your way on Harron Cable TV. Lateral is off to Leno. Looks like a reverse coming up here, but the white shirts read it very, very well. And the ball carrier finally stopped on about the 27, 28-yard line, Drew. Took too slow and too long for it to develop. You never want one of your wall blockers backing up on a kickoff to catch the football. You want the people from behind running forward to catch the football and let them execute the play or run the kickoff back directly themselves. And that time, Malvern had too many, you're right, there are too many exchanges of the football, too many chances for error, and too slow developing, and as a result, they're deep in their own territory now at their 27. Quarterback Matt Taylor gives it this time to 42. Andy Baker looking for a block and cannot take it wide. A sure-handed tackle. Looked like number 45 is Pete Oratale for Penn Charter. Nice tackle, Drew. Sure was. It was a slow developing play, Malvern trying to get the sweep going to the wide side of the field. And Ortale just did a nice job. They all strung it out. They absorbed the blocks as they had to, and Ortale came up all by himself and made a good tackle. Well, so far the war has been won by the defensive line by Penn Charter. It's up to Malvern to get something started. They've got wide side of the field left. The lone setback this time is Mike Leno. Quarterback Taylor right on the money, complete to number 30, Ron Kinn, and he's about 4 yards short of the first down.
They'll bring up a third, and we probably won't have enough time to get this playoff, and it'll be the end of the quarter. You know, when it comes to local news, your place to find it, sports, local community activities, township government meetings, planning and development, is your hometown newspaper. That's the Suburban Advertiser in the Great Valley School District, the Suburban and Wayne Times in the Tredyffrin Easttown School District. We're your eyes and ears at almost every event. Now football on cable TV, the follow-up in Thursday's newspapers. Well, so far in the first quarter, Malvern unable to get the ball into Penn Charter territory. Every time we turn around, it seemed like Penn Charter had the football, and as you see on the scoreboard, it's the visitors 7 and Malvern 0. We'll be back with more high school football, and the end of the first quarter, the score is Malvern Prep 0, Penn Charter 7. We'll be back with second quarter play after these words.
Oh, good. An independent agent. It says here I can save up to 20% on car insurance from Commercial Union. Right.
That's right.
And up to 16% on homeowners. And life. It says here, see, you can save me up to 40% if I don't smoke. I don't smoke. See? Well, is it true? How do I save?
H.A. Thompson Insurance Company, 10 Great Valley Parkway, Paoli, Pennsylvania.
Well, it'll be third down here, Coach. What do you call? See, I always hand the ball off to you, Drew.
Thank you very much. I have to go outside right now. I've got to get the wing tee going. I got to run a reverse or something misleading, misdirection type of play and try to spring somebody.
Okay, Ron Kinn going in motion as quarterback Taylor tries to put it on the money and does for first down. Who is out there? Number 86 is Matt Brown for the first down, and if I'm not mistaken, only the second first down of the afternoon so far for Malvern.
That's right. I'll tell you, Mr. Taylor, the quarterback, number 12, did a very nice job that time. Faked inside, set up very quickly, had good pressure, tried to move forward a little bit, get away from the pressure, and still kept his eyes downfield, found his receiver for the big first down. That was a good play by Matt Taylor, the quarterback, number 12.
And on about the 46-yard line, as number 30, Ron Kinn coming in motion. Little counter play going to number 42, Andy Baker, and Andy looks like he's into Penn Charter territory. Let's see where the spot is. It is the 49-yard line of Penn Charter, and the first time in this football game that Malvern has been in the Penn Charter territory.
Many, many times on the wing tee offense, it takes a little while for the thing to get started, but once that thing rolls, it's like a setting up on an assembly line. It just keeps going and going and going, and that's what Malvern's trying to achieve right now. And Penn Charter, for their own benefit, is going to have to stop it if they want to get the football back.
Kinn coming in motion from right to left. It's going to Leno. Burst through there and may have the first down. Thought I saw a penalty flag fly, but let's see. No, none at all. First down, the indication, and Malvern on the move. Leno, a good burst up the middle.
Many times, again, you know, you see everybody carry the football in the first quarter, and you stop each play, and you come back. Boy, that thing gets rolling now, and now you don't know who has the football, and they're running the same plays at you with an option of 3 different backs to get the ball. You don't know what was called the huddle, obviously, and a lot of times you'll pick up good inside yardage.
Baker, this time out in the wing, coming in motion. Give to the first back. He is drilled right on the line of scrimmage. That was Ron Kinn. I didn't know who made the hit.
Number 61, Adam Wall, to the right defensive end for Penn Charter, just did a good job. I don't think he got blocked because he was just standing there waiting and put the good head and shoulder tackle on the back right there and dropped him right to the ground for no gain.
The 1982 Cadillacs, Oldsmobiles, and GMC trucks are rolling out of Roger Penske's showroom in Phoenixville. So drive up Route 113 and Pothouse Road, where you'll find people-pleasing prices and a top-notch service department. The friendly people at Roger Penske are ready and waiting with the deal that's just right for you in a brand new 1982 Cadillac Oldsmobile or GMC truck. It's only 7 miles from Paoli to the friendly place to do business, Roger Penske, Cadillac Oldsmobile, and GMC trucks on Route 113 in Phoenixville. Who is the injured warrior on
Looks like number 30, Ronnie Kinn, the tailback or the wingback, I guess you could call him, for Malvern, and he's the one that absorbed that tackle at the line of scrimmage and probably just a little bit dazed out there. Good hard tackle by Adam Wall as he just was standing there waiting for him. Obviously nobody blocked him, a mistake in the offensive blocking assignment, but fortunately Ronnie Kinn's coming off the field, and I'm sure we'll see him back in there very soon.
Time is in. We have 10:27 remaining here in the second quarter. Malvern in dark on the short end of a 7-0 score. And let's see if quarterback Matt Taylor can start the drive working. Rolling out. puts it up in the air. Too far for number 42, Andy Baker. Incomplete, had to throw in a hurry. Felt the heat from the backside, Drew.
He sure did, and he was throwing going to his left. And because of the backside, he really didn't have the time to slow up and really get the good shoulder turn that you want to do if you're a right-handed quarterback when you're running to your left. You want to get that good shoulder turn and, you know, be able to throw the ball accurately. And he knew he couldn't slow down to do it because he would have been tackled. And as a result, the ball is a little bit inaccurate and they have an incompletion.
So Ken checks back into the game along with Jim Pitt at left end as well. As quarterback Taylor looking at a 3rd and 10, and the drive starting to sputter. Ball on the 44-yard line of Penn Charter. Lone setback is Leno. Plenty of time to throw, walking it downfield, and it is incomplete. Ron Ken, as Taylor threw that thing about 50 yards, Drew.
He sure did. He has a nice strong wind behind him, but he had to get rid of the ball, I think, maybe a half a second sooner than he wanted to. He saw the back breaking loose, and he had to get rid of the ball. Taylor did because of the pressure, and as a result, really couldn't get the coverage or couldn't get the man open as much as he wanted. You see good pressure on Taylor. Gets a good high pass off. The back was just breaking by, and again, the ball just a little bit underthrown.
So Leno standing back on about the 40-yard line. His own 40, comes up a couple of steps and gets good leg into it. Hits on the 24, 20, deep into Penn Charter territory and is stopped on about the 7-yard line. So we're under 10 minutes here in this second quarter of play with Malvern on a short end of a 7-0 score, but really they've got Penn Charter deep, and this is the time to force the turnover, Drew.
That's right. You know, Penn Charter, when they had to win with them in the first quarter, did a nice job of keeping Malvern backed up into their own end zone and really, you know, limiting their play selection. Now Penn Charter faced, you know, with the same situation. They have the ball on their own 7-yard line, 1st and 10, first possession here in the second quarter into the wind, and let's see what they're able to do with the football.
Looks like we're getting a new football. And a momentary timeout as center David Fass up and over the ball for Penn Charter. Inside handoff and nowhere to go. All the blue shirts show at the same time. Maybe a yard pickup on the play. Getting off the bottom of the pile was number 72, sophomore Steve Ryan. Part of that core stopping the ball carrier for Penn Charter.
Defensive lineman's dream is to have a team backed up against their own goal line and feel free that they're probably not going to throw the ball or run the sweep or reverse, and you really limit your responsibilities and just go after people. And that time Malvern, good job of shedding the blocks up front and getting deep into the backfield of Penn Charter and making the tackle.
Ball again on about the 6 or 7 yard line. Penn Charter as Malvern shifts over to the tackle positions. Smith running wide, tries to turn around. That was number 10, Mike Devine, and fell down, but is just a couple of yards shy of that first down marker, but did pick up about 6. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3.
I think if Mr. Smith had to do it over again, he would have just stayed to the outside and forced the angle tackle, and by the angle tackle there, he's going to pick up 3 or 4 more yards just because the defensive back has to do an angle tackle, you know, going from inside out, and you're going to, you know, drag the guy for 2 or 3 yards, and he probably would have gotten the first down. He tried to cut back and make the big play, and he slipped in doing so.
3rd and 3 for Penn Charter. The ball carriers met on the line of scrimmage and did not appear to get enough for the first down, but we'll wait for the measurement. Big play as far as Malvern is concerned. They ought to have the football back in good field position if that first down was not made.
So Brian McCluskey back in a quarterback now for Penn Charter. We don't know what was wrong with him. He was out for about 2 or 3 series of downs, but he probably made an improper read that time. I mean, the defensive end did crash down and was able to make the tackle, and McCluskey left the ball into the defensive back, but again, as usual, I have been wrong, and there's a first down, although he still probably made an improper read, but his fullback was able to pick up the big yardage, and as a result, they have the first down. That's a big one.
Coming up to the 8-minute mark as Malvern, trailing by 7, would like to get a big break here, get that ball back. Quarterback Brian McCluskey, number 10. Dropping back, now rolling out to his right. Has Smith in front of him. A man is downfield, but so are 2 players from Malvern. Intercepted magnificently by Terry Pitt. Takes it down the left sideline. Looking for some blocks. What a superb high school play, Drew.
That sure was, and McCluskey never really had his receiver open, but he thought he'd give it one of those, I'll throw the ball high and far and nobody will get it if my guy doesn't. But I'll tell you, Terry Pitt did a super job and made a great interception. Good return, and again, Malvern, good field position right now as they're on about the 20 or 32-yard line.
You know, if you're looking for personalized services for your travel arrangement, Travel Services Company in Paola will tell you after this. We'll take a look at the replay.
Okay, McCluskey just a simple sprint out. His receiver's doing a down, out, and up, and he's going to throw the ball high and far. And watch Terry Pitt here just go way up. Great catch on the return and good yardage.
Back to live action. 1st and 10 for quarterback Matt Taylor. The ball on the 30-yard line. Gives Delano, tries to take it outside and going nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Everybody stacked in a little too tight at this point in time.
They sure did. They're playing it pretty tough along the line of scrimmage right now, Penn Charter is, and defense has to rise the occasion. Now, the offense has made a mistake. McCluskey kind of hanging the ball up there, who was picked off by Malvern's Terry Pitt, and now they have to get back there and really buckle down on defense. They do not want the ball, obviously, back inside their own 10-yard line again.
Andy Baker, number 42, out on the wing. The two setbacks are Ron Kinn and Mike Leno. His quarterback Taylor is calling 2nd and 9. Fakes to the first back, gives to the second back, and Ronnie Kinn probably plunges forward for about 2 or 3 yards at best. Greg Cianfrani making a strong play from his safety position.
Greg did a super job that time because he was fighting off a block at the line of scrimmage as he come up from the strong safety position, reading the play, and had to fight off the block and make the tackle at the same time, and was able to accomplish both.
6:52 and counting. The deepest penetration of the afternoon so far for the Friars of Malvern as quarterback Matt Taylor looking at 3rd and 7. Keeps Leno back, sets up, drops it off, complete, good for the first down to number 86, Matt Brown, and deeper into Little Quaker territory on about the 17-yard line. Good play, Drew.
Sure was. Simple, basic, and well executed by Malvern as Matt Taylor that time just came off a little bit of a counter, got deep into his backfield and found his receiver, Matty Brown, right out there in the sideline on a sideline pattern. Well-thrown football and a big first down.
So the ball is going to be snapped by Matt McDivitt from about the 17-yard line, 1st and 10. Taylor has Ron Kinn out on the wing this time. Little counter play going to Baker, up the gut for about 7-8 yards.
Good counteraction again, and as we said before, that wing tee gets going, and you're not sure who's going to get the football, first, second, or third man. And Andy Baker that time, the second man through, Matt Taylor on the handoff to him on the counter, and he got the trap up the middle, and a good yardage, 8-9 yards on first down.
And they'll put the ball in play from the 9-yard line. Malvern trailing 7-0. 5:44 and counting here in the second period. In motion this time goes Baker. Handoff to Leno. Looks like he has the first down and more, and down to about the 4-yard line. First down the indication, and Malvern will have 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. More like the 5, I suspect.
Now you call all the stops out because you have that 1st and goal on the 5. And you can have all kinds of fun. The ball's on the right hash mark. I would expect to see, if they go wide, they'll probably go left. If not, they might want to stay in the middle on the quick trap.
Ron Kinn is out in the wing this time and is now going in motion. Give to Leno, up the middle, to the 3, to the 2, and stopped on about the 2-yard line is Mike Leno. Getting off the bottom of the pile, looked like a linebacker number 53, and that's Doug Hawkins for Penn Charter.
Okay, you could see Penn Charter obviously that time in a man-to-man situation as Ronnie Kinn, number 30 for Malvern, was going in motion, and Penn Charter was chasing him across the field with the linebackers, and they kept switching as they would go down the line. And a lot of times you'll see the running play go back against the motion play to try to confuse the linebackers and go behind them.
Give to Leno, gets into the end zone, touchdown Malvern Prep. Senior Mike Leno burst up the middle, his 5th touchdown in 3 games, and Malvern is on the board to close to 7-6. He's getting off the line in a hurry, Coach. That's where you win it. They won the battle at the moment anyway.
Sure was a quick trap up the middle, and I'll tell you, Leno did a nice job of carrying some people into the end zone that time. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, but he was determined to get in there, and he only had to go 2 or 3 yards and did a nice job.
And Jeff Hasso, number 90, will try and knot this thing at 7-6, scoring with 4:35 remaining in the first half. Snap is down, the pin, and that looks good from here. And this football game is tied at 7. You know, if you're looking for personalized service for your travel arrangements,
Travel Services Company is Paoli's newest full-service travel agency. Their experienced travel agents custom tailor trips for each individual's needs. Whether it be tours, cruises, corporate, or leisure travel, Travel Services Company is in touch with all the right airlines, hotels, trains, and car rental agencies. Reminder here, too, it costs no more for their services. Travel Services Company, located above the Cocked Hat in Paoli.
Replay on the touchdown a little bit late there, but as you could see, Leno at the end was carrying two people into the end zone with him, just a determined runner.
Some of the plethora of pretties at today's game. And number 88, Jeff Richwhite, is set to kick off for Malvern. They're certainly back in the football game, and White really booms it down to about the 5-yard line. Penn Charter with the football, and a lot of blue shirts showing a hurry, and the ball is stopped on about the 26-yard line.
Okay, you know, again, a good, just a great kick by Malvern that time, and that's the kind of one you don't want to field. It would have hit on the 4-yard line, probably going in the end zone. You would have had easy on the 20. They were able to get back to the 23-yard line, but took a chance in doing so. And again, good, you know, the specialty teams can be so darn valuable if you get that good deep kick out there and you can get that special team to make the big play, and a lot of times that'll help psych the defense for you.
Oh, the kicking team was offside, Drew, so that gives Penn Charter one whale of a break.
Let's analyze too here now. Let's see what the turn in yardage is. Malvern or Penn Charter would have had the ball on their own 22, 1st and 10. Now they have to kick the ball over again, and let's see what happens here in the turn of yardage and how much they really lose because of the offsides penalty.
So number 90 comes back into the football game, Jeff Hasso, or let's see who it will be, or Rich White. Rich White really gave it the boomer that time, and White is coming back in to kick the football. This time he will move it back to his own 35-yard line. John Smith is number 22, the deep back in the middle. Line drive, Smith fields it, loses the football, has to hustle back, picks it up on the 12 after a couple of hops. Good inside move, and finally comes forward to about the 27-yard line. So an overall pickup, Drew, of maybe about 2 or 3 yards. Let's see where the football is finally placed. Looks like the 24-yard line.
On a low kick like that, you'll see the receiver probably look downfield before he's able to field the kick cleanly, and he's probably looking for his blocking lanes or, you know, something a lane to run through, and he couldn't find it, took his eye off the football, lost it, and then had to pick it up and just scramble back for everything he could get. 1st and 10 for quarterback Brian McCluskey. And he is hit as he gets the ball off to Smith, and the folks on the right-hand side, Ziselski, number 77, Ryan, 72, and Matt Brown, 86, almost got there at the same time the ball did. They sure did. They're lucky there was no fumble in the back. In fact, I was surprised I didn't see the ball fumble loose because McCluskey was hit, as you mentioned. You were right, as the ball was being exchanged with his halfback. And good penetration that time by Malvern's defensive front people, especially Ziselski, the middle guard, number 77.
Then this brings up a 2nd and 12 for quarterback Brian McCluskey. Oh, just about struggles back to the line of scrimmage. There was 86, Matt Brown. And number 76, Graisley as well. A couple of changes in that secondary. Jim DeAngelo comes in. He's number 23, and Mike Leno, number 40, also checks back into the football game. Terry Pitt has made one heck of an interception here to turn this thing around. McCluskey throws it up in the air again, and right there is number 48, Jerry Pitt, and tackled on about the 45-yard line. How about that for talking about a certain number? It goes right to him.
Way to go, Mr. Gannon. I'll tell you, that's almost like ESP that time. Terry Pitt was in great position that time. Just quite honestly, a very poor throw by McCluskey. He's obviously much better than that. He threw the ball a lot earlier than he should have thrown it on trying to get the clear pattern, and then the square out pattern by the inside receiver, the Twins, and he just threw the ball way before anybody was there. Pitt didn't even have to do anything. He just stood there and played his ground and intercepted the football. It came right to him.
And the ball, after the, looks like a clipping penalty, moves the ball back to the 42-yard line. It's the last time that Terry Pitt, junior safety man, intercepted. Leno able to run it in to tie this score, and now trying to go for the lead. 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in period number 2. Quarterback number 12, Matt Taylor. Quick toss this time at the old flea flicker, and folks show in a hurry, including number 51, David Fass. And that play went absolutely backwards to the 34-yard line.
They were trying to get number 30, Rod Kinn, out of the backfield, a wing back deep in the middle of the field, coming, circling around, and trying to hide himself, and Taylor just didn't have a chance. Kinn was starting to break into the open, but he was way downfield, 40, 45 yards, and Taylor would have needed a lot of time to find him and get the ball to him, and David Fass, the center, and also the middle guard for Penn Charter's defense, did a good job of getting in there and making the tackle.
So it's an inside handoff to Leno, going against the green, cuts it back and gets more than back to the line of scrimmage. About a 12-yard pickup. Let's see where the spot is. This will bring up a 3rd and 8, Drew.
This is a big play right now because Coach Pellegrino obviously doesn't want to have to turn it over to Penn Charter with McCleskey, at the controls and his ability to throw the ball with 2 minutes to go. They want to get a first down right now, and if they don't, though, they want to be able to punt the ball away cleanly. So, big play right here before the first half ends.
And we'll tell you, too, the new line of 1982 Toyotas are now on sale and on display at Speedcraft of Devon, the main line's largest Toyota dealer, and there's quite a lineup for you. See the totally new high-performance Celica Supras or the sporty new Corollas, Tercels, or the smallest wonder of the world, the new Toyota Starlet. That's at Speedcraft of Devon, the main line's largest Toyota dealer. In motion is Andy Baker, number 42. Quarterback Taylor rolling out to his right. Throws it downfield. Looked like Baker didn't have a chance to even break. And number 86, Matt Brown, down there, but not even close to the football.
Again, good defensive play by Malvern's defensive front people as they got into the backfield and forced Taylor to throw the ball away, as you said, before the backs were able to even, or the receivers were able to look back for the football. They were trying to run a flood pattern off deep onto the right sideline, and Taylor had to throw the ball much sooner than he wanted to, and as a result, you have the incompletion.
So it'll bring up a 4th down with
to go. Malvern 10, Penn Charter 7, and Penn Charter retaining possession of the football, though, and they're almost at midfield on their own 47-yard line.
You know, if you're looking for energy-saving items, Berwyn Hardware on Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn is the place to stop. Ed Dalton and his friendly, courteous experts will show you how you'll save your precious fuel dollars by installing custom-made quality storm doors and triple-track windows. Berwyn Hardware has been featuring personalized service for over 26 years, and they'll show you how to reduce energy-saving costs with a complete line of do-it-yourself weatherproofing products. That's Berwyn Hardware. Ed Dalton and his friendly folks at 618 Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn, the energy-saving experts. Second, down for Penn Charter. Quarterback rolling right, can't spot a receiver, jumps over one tackler and puts his head down and comes up about 3 yards short of the first down, Drew, but a nice play.
Sure was. He wanted to go deep, obviously, and he has not chosen to run the ball this afternoon. He has chosen to stay back in the backfield and maybe sometimes even force the football, but that time he did a nice little job of running, got to the corner, cut back, made a little hurdle over some flying bodies, and got close to a first down. He's about 3 or 4 yards away.
They have to go to just inside the 40 or the 40.5-yard line. The ball is not quite on the 43, so it looks like a long 3 on third down. And Penn Charter, wisely, with 7 minutes and 2 seconds to go in this football game, trailing 10-7, call for a timeout. We'll be back with more Interac High School football after we pause for these words. Penn Charter, 3rd and 3. Inside handoff, does not get the first down, and this will bring up a tough call for Coach Bill Gallagher.
I'll tell you, Mr. Johnny Quinn, number 64, a super job as the inside linebacker that time in their 5-2 defense, as he really kind of sat back and waited to see what was going to happen, and the defensive lineman stood the runner up, and he just cleaned it off there and didn't let the runner make any penetration. And they're going to be 2 yards short now. A very tough call for Coach Bill Gallagher from Penn Charters. He wants to keep the football right now. He has 4th and 2, though, and he's on the drive. He trails 10-7.
Everybody in the world will be looking at number 32, Ed Melandro. Let's see if they go to their big back. 4th and 2. 4th and 2. Melandro has the football. Has more than the first down. Has 7. Whew, did he blow through there?
He looked like a man inspired on that play as he just went straight ahead. I don't think there was no option play that time, although they may have had the option called. They wanted the ball up the middle.
The ball is now down on the 36-yard line of Malvern Prep, nursing a 3-point lead with 6:05 and counting to go here in the 4th period. Quarterback Brian McCluskey has only played about 4 plays in this entire football game. Sprint out, pull, lot of blue shirt show. Quarterback is really drilled. The 3rd interception of the afternoon by Terry Pitt. And was that a lick put on the quarterback as he pulled back the throw? Looked like number 64 linebacker John Quinn. Sensational hit.
That's a shame. The quarterback did an outstanding job, Hugh, of gaining more time and so forth to throw it. He just forced the play, and Johnny Quinn just wouldn't give up on the play. He just kept pursuing the quarterback, and he did a super job of getting away from people, and probably should have tucked it under at that point. Get back to the line of scrimmage and, start again on 2nd and 10, but he chose to, gamble and go up in the air, and again, Terry Pitt, his 3rd interception of the day, was right there. The ball was thrown directly to him, and now Malvern has an opportunity to run the clock out.
5:49 remaining in this football game. Leno pulling straight ahead and picks up about 2 yards. Good news for all your regular customers of Jim's Berwyn Chevron and Paoli Chevron stations, both on Lancaster Pike. Both stations have earned Chevron's prestigious Hallmark Station Award for superior custom service. Well, if you're one of their regular customers, you probably know why they won this award. In fact, the very reason you are a regular customer may have to do with the superior service you get, and superior service is their way of showing you they appreciate it when you come back. Don't forget that's Jim's Berwyn Chevron and Paoli Chevron, both on Lancaster Pike. 5:13, handoff to Leno, comes to this left side and spun around, probably picked up 2 yards. Let's see what the call is. Penn Charter believes they have the football, but I think the official ruled the play rightfully dead.
He did whistle it dead, and there was no doubt, although the ball sprung loose at the end of the play, the official on the sideline did rule the ball dead, and good strong call right there. He made no doubt about it that the ball was dead, and Malvern does retain possession. We'll watch the back and see if we can see the official on the sideline right there. Number 20, the official, he's no doubt, he's going to rule the play dead before the fumble.
Back to live action. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the football game. Quarterback Matt Taylor with a 3-point lead for his Friars of Penn Charter. Fakes to Baker, calls his own number, looking for a man to break three, loses the football but plops on it. Oh, what a lucky break for Malvern that
That is, that sometimes the ball bounces the right way for you, and it sure did for Matt Taylor, I'm sorry, on that play, as he was getting around the end and he was still undecisive whether he was going to throw the ball or run it, and the pursuit from behind it caught up to him, and they were able to strip him. The ball bounced right back into his arms, and he fell on it, and now Malvern's going to have to punt, though, from deep in their own territory.
Indeed. Penn Charter should have the ball in Malvern territory. There have been many bad snaps all afternoon, but Leno gets good leg into this one. And it's taken on the run on the 45 to the 42, and that's about it. But nonetheless, Malvern is into Penn Charter territory. 3 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the football game.
Critical now is that the quarterback for Penn Charter, and I'm sorry we don't have his name, number 16, doesn't remember the interception from a few minutes ago. He's back in there. He has plenty of time. He only has 42 yards to go, 3:46 to go. And you've got to be able to shake those types of interceptions. He'd like to have the football back as much as Billy Gallagher would like to have him have the football back. And he's got to come in now and forget it, though, and he's got to get his team into the end zone.
Last time they showed this formation, they came right up the gut with Melandro bowling forward for at least 8 yards. And also, when they put both folks out the left-hand side, Jay Mullen and Rosania, the receiver, they came right back over the middle, and they left that cornerback without any help, and they completed the pass. So it's second and a long one. This is a good passing down as well, Drew.
They've got the Twins again to the left side, and again, Terry Pitt is the only person out there covering anybody.
Oh, they're going to the big guy, number 32, Melandro, right up the gut. Picks up 9 or 10 more. Coming up to the 3-minute mark, and Penn Charter, which has not defeated Malvern since back in 1968, and Malvern, which has not sustained an Interac loss in over 7 seasons, timeout is being called by Malvern Prep. Roger Penske Cadillac Oldsmobile GMC Trucks, located on Route 113 and Pothouse Road, has the inventory to pick from. Over 100 models of Cadillacs, Oldsmobiles, and GMC trucks. The friendly staff of Penske are willing and anxious to tell you about their 12.9 financing. That's up until November 12th on all 81 and 82 Cadillac Cimarrons and 82 Omegas. Stop in today at Roger Penske Cadillac Oldsmobile and GMC Trucks on Route 113 in Phoenixville. Open Monday through Thursday 9 to 9, Friday to 6, and Saturday till 3 o'clock.
Mr. John Quinn trying to stay in the game for Malvern, number 64, who's made some great plays here in the last couple of series of downs, and he just went back and limping and holding his ribs, and they tried to make a substitute, and he waved the substitute player off the field, and I think Coach Pellegrini said, get off the field, and let's get a healthy body in there, and you have to admire Quinn's guts and so forth trying to get back in there, but you'd rather have a healthy body in there right now that can do everything.
The ball is on about the 18-yard line. 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go on a 1st and 10 call for Coach Bill Gallagher in his first year out of Father Judge High School in Philadelphia and Notre Dame. A lot is on the line in terms of old rivalries. Penn Charter with the football on the 18-yard line of Malvern. Again, coming Twins left. 15 is Rosania. Number 11 is Jay Mullen. He is in the slot. Melandro is 32. Smith is 22. Oh, they collide. The quarterback has to hold on to the football, loses 2 or 3 yards. Both backs ran into each other.
Obviously, the fullback, or the right halfback, making the mistake. Number 22 looks like Johnny Smith. The play was designed to go to the right because that's where the quarterback went. Looked like he wanted to run the option off tackle, which would be Smith would be the dive back, and Melandro would be the trail back for the pitch, and they collided, and sometimes that'll happen, and you have to be able to recover from now. They have 2nd and 11.
2:30, ball on the 22-yard line now. Smith is drilled at the line of scrimmage. Another fine defensive play, number 84, Jimmy Pitt. It looked like number 72 as well, Steve Ryan, the sophomore from Malvern Prep.
Well, we've said earlier, we said at halftime, this has been a good football game, well played by two good football teams, well coached football teams, and it's coming right down to the wire, just a little bit more than 2 minutes, 2:05 exactly, and counting down, and they have 3rd and 11, Penn Charter does, they trail 10-7.
3rd and 11 will call the play. No flags down. Oh, I did see a late flag. They'll get the benefit of that offside. It appeared that the right end for Penn Charter started early. Bill Berwyn Hardware on Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn is happy to be part of our high school football telecast. You know, the weather is getting a little chilly and winter is around the corner, and it means heating your home, and we all know it's costly. Berwyn Hardware can help you reduce these costs by installing custom-made quality storm doors and triple-track windows. Berwyn Hardware employees will custom install these doors and windows in time for the frigid weather. For personalized service on energy-saving needs, stop by the friendly family-owned Berwyn Hardware on Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn. Now, what do you do, Coach?
Bobby Rosagna goes off sides there, so that puts you back. Either it's going to be 3rd and 16 or 17, or you're going to be confronted with the 4th down and all the pressure in the world on you. And Malvern's going to refuse the penalty. The quarterback for Penn Charter was able to pick up 2 or 3 yards, so he's going to be faced now with 4th and 9, 8.5 maybe, but last play of the game as far as Penn Charter is concerned, probably on offense.
1:52 remaining in this exceptionally well played football game. Penn Charter, rather than call a play so quickly they don't know what they're doing, calls timeout. You know, when it comes to local news, your place to find it, sports, local community activities, township government meetings, planning and development, is your hometown newspaper. That's the Suburban Advertiser in the Great Valley School District, the Suburban and Wayne Times in the Tredyffrin Easttown School District. We're your eyes and ears at almost every event, and now football on cable TV, the follow-up in Thursday's newspapers. That's the Suburban Advertiser in the Great Valley School District, the Suburban and Wayne Times in the Tredyffrin Easttown School District.
Interesting, both teams have now left the playing field, and they are surrounded by their coaches on the sidelines here. One of the rules in high school football, the coach is allowed to go out in the field and talk to his team in a group and not just the captain or co-captains, and both coaches have chosen to do so. One of the things you might look for, Penn Charter has run the twins formation a number of times, even here in the second half, late in the game, and Malvern has only covered it with one person, that is being number 48, Terry Pitt, who's done a fine job, but that's the type of thing. They have the wide field to the left. They might want to get the twins out there and get the quarterback out here on the roll out or the sprint out and see if he can't find something there. He does need 8 yards, though, and we get the wide side of the field, and they have the good pass coverage deep. The quarterback may find enough area because he has the wide side of the field to choose from to be able to pick up a first down running the football also, so you want to give him that kind of an option.
Stop into Speedcraft to see the totally new 1982 Toyota Celica Supras. These Supras totally new from the ground up, and it makes Celica Supras king of the road for 82. See them and drive them at Speedcraft of Devon, the mainline's largest Toyota dealer. Well, I tell you what, this is coming down to one play in this football game, Drew Gordon. It is 4th and 8. 4th and 8 for Penn Charter. Can Malvern Prep hold? They're coming over the middle, and it's tipped, and it's almost intercepted. And Malvern Prep will hold on to the football with 1:47 to go.
Okay, again, they went with a pro set that time, and the Penn Charter tried to hit somebody in the middle. They had Rosagna. He fell down, though. When the ball was tipped, he was on the ground. He never saw it, and, of course, Malvern didn't want to catch it anyway. They had the 4th down play going. So Malvern makes the big play when they had to do it, getting possession of the football with only 1 minute and 47 seconds to go. They'll have it 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line, and an opportunity right now to run the clock out as Penn Charter used 2 or 3 plays. You'll see it in the end zone. The ball's tipped by number 32, Melandro. The ball's a little bit high for him. Rosagna never saw it and never had an opportunity to catch the ball.
So for quarterback Matt Taylor, gives it off to Mike Leno. Mike spins out for about 5 yards. Let's see where they spot the football. 1:35 and counting. Picked up about 4 yards on the play to about the 21-yard line.
Okay, number 84, Jimmy Pitt, comes in from the sidelines, Coach Pellegrini, to make the call for Matt Taylor, the quarterback, and they have 1 minute 19 and counting down, and they have an opportunity to run at least 2 more offensive plays at 35 seconds a shot. They can almost run the clock out.
Mike Leno gets the ball again, rolls forward for about 2 yards. It seemed to me, Drew, that Penn Charter, I thought, had one timeout left, but apparently not as the clock continues to tick away.
If they do, they'll probably use it on third down because the clock will stop on change of possession, and they, as Malvern at this point, may even take the 30-second as much as they can and take the penalty even, and then just punt the ball away. They still have a chance to run one more play before they're going to have to punt it away.
Clock was stopped momentarily by the officials. Malvern should have enough time to get the football off, under 40 seconds. 3rd and 2, quarterback Taylor obviously will look for Leno, number 40. That's the man that gets the football, and I do believe he has the first down. And that ought to be about enough to do it. 27 seconds, and the clock continues to run, and Penn Charter without any timeouts.
And now they don't even have to come out of the huddle. Or they do have to come out of the huddle. They should come out of the huddle, I would imagine, with 2 seconds to go to run the last play. But Penn Charter is using their last time out right now, and all they can hope for now is to try to strip the ball, carry the football, and hope it pops in the air.
The 1982 Cadillacs, Oldsmobiles, and GMC trucks are rolling out at Roger Penske's showroom in Phoenixville. So drive up to Route 113 in Pothouse Road, where you'll find people-pleasing prices and a top-notch service department. The friendly people at Roger Penske are ready and waiting with a deal that's just right for you on a brand new 1982 Cadillac, Oldsmobile, or GMC truck. It's only 7 miles from Paoli to the friendly place to do business. That's Roger Penske, Cadillac, Oldsmobile, and GMC trucks on Route 113 in Phoenixville.
Turning point in the game, again, you go back to the end of that first half when they chose to take the penalty and try to force Penn Charter to punt the ball. Malvern did, that is, and get the ball back with only 28 seconds to go in the first half, rather than giving them the chance, for more time, when they got the ball back. The defense did a job for them, got it back, got it down the field. Big play by Jimmy Pitt and Taylor, the quarterback, and then, of course, the field goal by Hasso. And that's where the game is right now, 10-7.
And quarterback Taylor elects to hit the deck. No timeouts left. 14, 13 and counting. And the incredible record of Malvern Prep in Interact League play is that they have not lost a league game in 7 years, and that will continue. They're 3-0 in the league, and this game is all over. And Malvern Prep scoring 10 unanswered points after surrendering an early 7-0 lead. 10 points in that second quarter. Win the football game by a score of 10-7. We'll be back with more on today's game after applause for these words. The final score again, Malvern Prep 10 and Penn Charter 7.
Oh, good. An independent agent. It says here I can save up to 20% on car insurance from Commercial Union. Right.
That's right.
And up to 16% on homeowners. And life. It says here, see, you can save me up to 40% if I don't smoke. I don't smoke. See? Well, is it true? How do I save?
Well, the sun came out, at least to illuminate the field a little bit. Certainly didn't warm us up with any solar rays, and a group of dejected Penn Charter football players gave it their best shot today, and unfortunately couldn't shut down the Penn Charter in the closing seconds of that first half, Drew.
That's right, and again, we did see a well-played football game. Unfortunately, we didn't see probably Penn Charter at their best with McCluskey being out for most of the football game, but they did a good job. We have a 10-7 score, the difference being the field goal, with only 3 seconds to go, the last play of the first half, Hasso, and that was, again, a strategic thing that Malvern's coaching staff took a gamble. They paid off for them, and it turned out to be the difference in the football game.
If I don't cough through this closing portion of today's telecast, it's win number 3 for Malvern Prep in Interact play. It's 0-2, obviously Penn Charter out. Malvern Prep ineligible this time, but as Gamp Pellegrini, the coach for Malvern Prep, told us, even though they're not eligible, if they win it, that's the thing that counts for the kids.
But it's the same thing, in anything when some of these NCAA schools go out on probation. If you can go 10-0, you're still the national champion, in your heart or in your mind. And that's what Malvern has to look forward to right now. The guys will have earned it, obviously, if they go undefeated in the Interact League, and whether they're named champions or not, they'll have that satisfaction to go with.
It was a superb plate game defensively for sure, low scoring, 10-7 with Malvern coming out on top. But the things that we like to see, it's a well-coached team, and I think the fact the young man ran out of bounds set the stage for Hasso to kick that field goal. That's what good football is all about. Unfortunately, the starting quarterback for Penn Charter was injured, but nonetheless, you suit 40 kids, you've got to go with what you have, and they didn't come out on top. And another good high school football game.
For sure, we didn't see a whole lot of meaningless penalties. We didn't see anything roughing the kicker, roughing the passer, nothing like that. You do have two well-coached football teams. We saw some good discipline on offense, some real fine defensive play. I was impressed with Johnny Quinn did a heck of a job, and you just have to go with you know what gets you there best. And Malvern's defense made the big play at the end when they had to. Penn Charter had an opportunity late in the game, 4th and about 8, to retain possession of the football. A little bit less than 2 minutes to go to get in there for the score, and it came down to that one play, whether they're going to win or not. And Malvern made the play, and Penn Charter didn't. And of course, Malvern made the play at the end of the first half, and that's why they won 10-7.
And number 48 on defense too at safety, Terry Pitt had a big afternoon.
Terry Pitt had 3 interceptions. One of them being almost a gift to him, but he made a great interception in the first half on a tip play where he went up with the receiver, and he made 2 others. And you need that kind of play defensively to be able to pull out a tight game. And if I were to have to pick an outstanding player, defensively for Malvern, and probably the key to their win was Terry Pitt.
Okay, on behalf of Drew Gordon, we'll be back with more high school football, not Interact League play next week. We'll be Chestmont League action with Great Valley High School. So this is Hugh Gannon saying thanks very much for being with us, and hopefully that you'll see most of our sponsors during the course of the week. They provide the game that you see 3 times a week here on Harron Cable TV. Again, the final score, Malvern 10 and Penn Charter 7. Do have a good day.
Merry Christmas, Jeff.